All right, y'all. So I am going into chapter 24. So I'm going to read over the last two chapters, jump into chapter 24, and round out this event, this party scene, this pool party scene. And then it's probably going to take me a little bit longer to get some of these next chapters in, only because I'm having to do some construction work with building this fictional city, construction work to bridge the end of this thing, because this is the last chapter for this particular event and the beginning of what comes next, because we kind of hit the ground running. And again, knowing that I overwrite, long-winded when I write, I'm trying to pin down whatever. So that's kind of where I am now, and we're gonna see what it's giving. So sit with me, y'all, on this Wednesday.
I told you so.
I have a problem. I do this thing where I introduce a character for an intended purpose, like they are specifically here to help one thing happen or help something happen or get from one point to another, and I like need another body or presence to facilitate that thing happening, and that's it. They're done. I forget which video I mentioned this in. It may have been the last one, but there's a character who popped up. He showed up to the party, and he was specific. Like the appeal was supposed to be like a bit of a distraction to like emphasize this rift and distance between a couple characters. And I love this character now. So I know I mentioned like having him show up again somewhere, possibly having his own, but and I think that's where I'm going with it, because I like him. Like, I'm rereading it. I like this guy. I really like him. So I'm thinking there's a certain place where this person is supposed to end up, and now I'm a little shook because I did this exact same thing in my holiday novel where there was a party. It's always a party. It's always a party. There was a party scene, and one of the triplets was talking to a friend, and then this other character was introduced specifically to show the contrast between the love interest that had been throughout the book and, you know, what could be, what other types of people were out there. And I fell for that motherfucker too, and I was like, all right, let me do a novella. At this point, I just need to stop writing parties, because I'm going to introduce someone who I'm going to fall for and want to write some books. So I'm keeping a running list of like different characters that I might want to revisit, different places, and just other stories that can be told in this fictional city. But like, this motherfucker came out of nowhere, because quite literally because he was not included in the outline. Once I knew, I was like, okay, I need someone, put my fingers in the keys, and this person just exploded all over the page. So I don't want to say his name because that name might change, but I doubt it. I like the name. Even the name fits. Like, so I'm sick of me. Okay, so I'm having an issue. So based off the last clip and me rereading this scene, there is the potential for like a love interest to come in contact with a different love interest, and like having some sort of like drama there. And I want that, but then I have another idea of where to take, like how to like avoid all of that altogether. And two ideas: to either have it happen, but have it happen and move along really quickly, and I have a way to make that happen where it makes sense. And then the other one is to like remove it altogether and just revisit that later. But I know that I want to get this man in and out. I don't want him hanging around. So that is my issue. But I'm gonna write all 3 scenarios down. Go with whichever one makes the most sense right now, but keep the other 2 in my back pocket just in case things change. I don't know, y'all. Like, what am I doing? Yo, this is so embarrassing. I did work last night, but I did not do the work that I wish I could have or would have. It's not writer's block. I'm not running to like a slump. I'm not at a brick wall. Like, how do I do this? That's not the case. I don't know. I climbed in bed and that was it. I said, let me lay down, get my thoughts together. My head hit that pillow and that was all she wrote. So I'm going to be very intentional today because like I'm pushing up against my deadline. It is actually Thursday. My deadline is Friday at 11:59 p.m. And then of course my extended deadline is Monday, the end of the month. And y'all, I can't believe that I was like on a roll. So yeah, I'm going to prepare myself to spend the rest of the night just face deep in my dang on monitors. So sometimes stuff happens.
I got that on myself. Gracefully, gotta keep it cozy. I'ma take it slowly, one step at a time till my time is up. Why you stay mad at me? We gon' make mistakes, we gon' disagree.
So I am still in chapter 24, and it's been a while. And the problem is the wrong word. What I'm running into is having to, I think I mentioned in this video or maybe a previous one, bridge together the ending of the party to the next scene. And so what I've done for chapter 24, a lot of emotional stuff has come to a head, and I think I wrote myself into a paper bag. And so I'm going to try to get out of it. I mean, I know how to get out of it. I know what I'm doing. I'm just trying not to go too far on the deep end, because I know there's stuff I'm trying to get accomplished, and I know myself, I could take this book a whole left. And so I'm wondering if there's like going to be a time jump, if I'm going to do like a montage, or like what's going on. And so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just getting to the end of chapter 24, and I say the end, but with the way things are happening right now, I think this chapter is going to be much longer, because there's no way this big moment happens and then we just move on from that. So, bruh, I don't know. I'm having fun. It's, I mean, we're in the evening. I'm in the 8 o'clock hour, so we'll see. I still need to eat and then, try to go at least till midnight doing all this. So it's my update. Oh, and I'm currently at 50,423 words. Yeah. So I'm finally back at it. It is Saturday morning in the 8 o'clock hour. Friday night did not go the way I intended. I did, however, plot out chapter 25. I'm going to get started on that. And I think I'm running into an issue with getting past this party scene. And it's not like, oh, you can't do it, you know, you lost your mojo. Not that. It's like I'm stuck here for some reason. Like I'm going to move forward, but I anticipate that I may have to, even after I get past this, go back and put in either a filler scene to like connect it to. I don't know. I have this feeling that I'm going to have to do a little bit more work. And it's not like for poor planning, it's because there's so much coming up. I'm really trying to seed in a lot of stuff as naturally and as early as possible so that it, like, when it's revealed, it makes sense, even if it's a surprise. It's like, oh, okay, I can see how this is that and that is this and whatever. So that's where I am. So now I'm going to take the plotting that I did yesterday and execute it with chapter 25 and hopefully be done with this one relatively quickly. But that's where I am.
Don't do it 'cause it doesn't work. I'd rather tell them.
All right, y'all, we got some movement. So chapter 25 is done. It took me much longer than I expected. There's a lot going on and a lot that had to be addressed. And I think this final piece, this final, whatever, what I've come up with, I feel like does a really good job at addressing the concerns that I had about everything that happened and about getting to the next part. Like, I feel like all of this is natural and it makes sense. So the next step is I'm going, because this next portion, I think I've been talking about it, is sort of the fun and games, montage, time jump part. That part is not necessarily difficult. I do have to plot that out. But what is most important now is going forward. I've been saying this whole video, I'm sure, but going forward and see what's coming so that I can put it in this section here, and making sure that I am very intentional about what things are happening in this space, because I am long-winded and I could write for days and days and days. Right now I am at the chapter 25 ended at 2,924 words, and the book in total so far is 53,389 words. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm looking at the things that are coming. This is probably going to be well over 90. Well, so what has me kind of not confused but unsure is that my outline is full. I've pretty much hit every beat that I wanted to so far that's been written, but there are situations like this party scene and like the plot twist scene that in the outline I just assume maybe a chapter or two and get it done, but those things have turned into like 3 and 4 chapters to get through that event. And that's not a bad thing, but it doesn't happen with every single thing in the book. I think this is like, there's the first like kind of inciting incident, the fallout from that, the family event, and then the party scene that I just wrapped up. And then going forward, looking through this, there's probably going to be 2 for this one like big plot twist. I don't know. Well, what I'm saying is that I'm assuming 90K, because if I'm at 53, that's roughly 37K that would be left. And I feel like the first part of this book, getting to the part that would have been the novella ending, was like 43 something. So I know good and damn well. Or was it 43? What was it? It was 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, so about, about 40. Either way, this is my long roundabout way of saying that the next step is going to be plotting out the next couple chapters that bridge the end of the book with where I am now. Where I'm now, it's pissing me off because where I am now, how it ended after the party, this could very well be the end of the book as well. Like this is, oh my God, this could be the end. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Again, 53,389 words at the end of chapter 25. And we're just gonna see, hope for the best. So I'm just waking up. I had a big ass breakfast, and either I was more tired than I realized, or that breakfast took me down because I climbed in that bed after doing some actual work, like on the book and trying to plot out where I'm going to go next. I slept so hard. I've had people come over to my house. I have missed calls. I have missed text messages. This book is not going to be finished by Sunday night. I can tell you that. But we're going to see how far we can get. I don't know what the last update was, but I am at 53,389 words, and I'm going to wrap up this video here because it's getting extremely long, and I just want to edit this and put it up. So that's where I am. Chapter 25, going into 26.